Hey guys, it's me Tristan coming to you to give you another word. It's actually 4 a.m. in the morning and I'm not quite sure why I'm awake, but God gave me a word so I thought I would share it since I am awake. Tonight in my prayers, I actually prayed that God continue to keep my confidence strong and to restore what had been broken at times. I don't know about you, but at different times in my life, my confidence hasn't always been where I wanted it to be. So I always pray that God keeps my confidence strong because confidence is critical to your success. You have to believe in yourself. So after I prayed, I'm wide awake, middle of the night, not really sure why, but I start surfing the internet and I'm kind of in this kind of confidence kind of mood. So I look up some quotes about confidence. Granted, now I probably should have gone to the Bible and looked to see what the Bible said about confidence. However, what I found, God gave me a word on. So I found this quote, and the quote said that aerodynamically, bumblebees should not be able to fly. However, they don't know they're not supposed to be able to fly, so they fly anyway. And I thought, wow, like, is this true? Because if so, if only we as people could be more like the bumblebee and fly against all odds, wow, it would be pretty amazing to see what we could do in our lives if we would just go against the odds and spread our wings and fly. So I start looking up about bumblebees and I find this article that was really interesting and gave me some really interesting facts. And it basically said that bumblebees, based off of these aerodynamic tests and their wings and the size of the bumblebee, that bumblebees shouldn't be able to fly. However, we all know that they do, so I kept reading. And then it said that the bumblebee flaps its wings 200 times a second just to take flight. And it continues this during flight. And I thought, wow, 200 times a second? That's a lot of work. And I just thought like, wow, we as people fill out 2 or 3 job applications and when we don't get the job, we quit. Or we give up on relationships because we have an argument or because it's not easy. Or we give up on our dreams because a couple of doors have been closed on us. And I just thought, wow, the bumblebee flaps its wings 200 times a second to fly. And we as people give up after a couple of times. I thought like, wow, if we would just work a little bit harder, then maybe we too could go against the odds and fly like the bumblebee. So I kept reading and come to find out the bumblebee actually adjusts its body temperature to the weather. So basically what that means is in the summertime, the bumblebee stays warm, and in the wintertime, the bumblebee's body temperature goes to whatever it is outside. So say it's 42 degrees outside, the bumblebee will be 42 degrees. However, the bumblebee has to be at 86 degrees. Its body has to be at 86 degrees in order for it to take flight. So I thought again, wow. So in the summertime, the bumblebee stays warm, flight is much easier. In the wintertime, the bumblebee is cold, but it has to be 86 degrees to fly. So how does the bumblebee fly? So I keep reading, and it says that the bumblebee actually contracts its stomach muscles over and over and over again, sometimes for up to maybe 15-20 minutes, just to warm its body up so that it gets to 86 degrees so that it can take flight. So again, to me, this was symbolic in people's lives because the bee's winter is symbolic to humans when we have storms come in our life. We give up so easily when storms come, when we don't have to. If we could just be a little bit more like the bumblebee and work a little bit harder to stay warm and continue to flap our wings 200 times a second to take flight, then we too could fly in the winter or when the storms come. We don't have to give up so easy. All it means is that when these storms come and we know we need to be a little stronger, a little warmer, we need to keep our mind, body, and soul warm on the Word of God and keep working, show our faith by our works, keep flapping our wings, and we too can take flight in the winter when the storms come. We don't have to give up so easily like we do as humans. If we could just be a little bit more like the bumblebee, work a little bit harder, spread our wings, and fly against all odds, wow, what could we do in our life? Like, what kind of relationships could we have if we just worked at them? What kind of dreams could we have if we stopped giving up on them? Let's take flight. Spread your wings. Fly against all odds. Hope this helps somebody. It definitely helped me. Have a good night.